Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm looking out, and I remember the young lady that used to be here. She went on to glory. Sister Linda. Linda Neal. One the most faithful member of the church was Sister Linda. And you wondered why she always had a smile on her face. But she sacrificed. Because I know church people can get on your nerves. You don't have to say amen. I know church people can get on your nerves. Because we are in the flesh. Nobody has a good day every day. Because the devil been beating you up. And you come and take it out on somebody else. Oh yes. Just this morning, somebody locked the baby up in the car. And then somebody else told me that the baby locked them out the house. And they couldn't get, back in. And then the alarm system goes off while the deacons are in the devotion period. The alarm is going off all over the church, like somebody breaking in. It's the devil breaking in. And that told me right there that we're going to have a good time this morning. I know the Lord is a way maker. He's a way maker. So what I wanted to get into this 66 is about, said from that time many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. It's not easy to stay with a person when he's looked up on as being unpopular. It takes real love to stand by a person who's been deserted because of his loyalty to a good cause. The crowd never likes to follow an unpopular person. But Jesus never worked for prizes or popularity. He said he came to save those who were lost. Amen. We got to stop turning up our nose when people come to church that don't necessarily think like you think. When we're here to get our hearts right, minds right, so that we can learn how to love like Jesus loved. Am I right about it? Jesus loved us when we were unlovable. Amen. Even before we got started, putting on makeup for the party. Oh yeah, don't tell me you didn't put the makeup on. I know you didn't show up looking like you regularly look. Amen. And when we show up, don't you know God, he doesn't turn his love off. God's love still is going on. Now desertion in the army is a serious matter for anybody to reckon with. The message tells us that there were some among his friends who forsook him. In our daily observation, it shows us that during the Lord's ministry, there were some that walked away. You've been walked away from. Anybody in here? Go ahead. Ever had your so-called friends to walk away? Because sometimes that can work two ways. It can be a curse when you have spent time being nice to people and loving, trying to love people. And then when you have something that makes you unpopular, then they turn and walk away from you. The other side of that is this. When somebody's been praying for you that you keep your mind and heart right, that some of your friends walk away, it's better for you that they do walk away. Because you need to shake them off like a dog does fleas. Some of y'all don't know what a dog does shake fleas. And when a dog shakes fleas, amen, you need to lose some of your friends. Because they're not friends anyway. They're just hangers on. And they're hanging on because you're popular. They're hanging on because you're cute. They're hanging on because... Come on. Yes, sir. I ain't gonna say that. MJ know what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Yeah. At the schoolhouse. He talking about, Granddad, you have a lot of fans. I'm on this side of the room, he on that side of the room. People come in the room going, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Staples? How you doing? How you doing? And ain't nobody looking at me. I'm over here. They looking over there. How you, Mr. Staples? They ain't looking at me. They ain't my fans.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
you're going to learn that some of them you need to
Come on.
shake them on off. Because they don't mean you good, no. Long as you're cute and popular, they want to hang on.
Yes, sir.
But you got to learn to shake them off.
Yes, sir.
Now, those who leave Jesus Christ have never really known him.
Go ahead.
They know him in theory. They don't know him in action.
Well,
If they had found eternal life in him, they would never forsake him.
yeah.
To desert him is to turn your back upon all of the moral perfection and divine grace. Every believer ought to stand with Jesus while other people walk away. We're living in a time where so many people want to stay with anybody or anything. They have leapfrog religion.
Yeah.
They jump from one thing to another. The Hebrew boys would not have stayed together, but they had something that held them together. Because sometimes you have to have more of him than you have of yourself. I've got something on the inside. The old church used to say it. They said, I got something on the inside that's working on the outside. I wish I had some help. We need to stay with somebody that can keep us in a time of need. We need to stay with somebody who's in the business of keeping us. Stay with somebody who has a reputation for not failing. You need to stay with somebody who knows all about you. Friends don't know all about you. I don't care how close they are, they don't know it all. Amen. I've seen too many TV shows where they don't change that much. They have the same thing. Back in the Garden of Eden, you know what happened there? They disobeyed God's command. And men want to say it was that woman.
Come on.
It was the woman who over there talking in the corner with the devil. And he talked her into tasting the wrong fruit. That's what the men say. Then when she tasted the wrong fruit, then God told her to stay away from that tree. Then she tasted it and took some home to her husband. And he had a choice.
Yes, he did.
Didn't he?
Come on.
See the women that day. He had a choice. Woman. Of course, he could have just been a good husband. And she said, take a bite of this. He said, okay, take it. But he also tasted, but God had told him, don't do it. Now, that's where all the trouble started. After a while, we turn up to now. You know what's happening? God is saying, he said, whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life. And I will raise him up at the last day. He said, for my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink. He that eateth my flesh and drinks my blood dwell in me, and I in him. As the living Father hath sent me, and I live by the Father, so he that eateth me, even he shall live by me. This is the bread which came down from heaven. Not as your fathers did eat manna and are dead, he that eateth of this bread shall live forever. Now Jesus was paraphrasing, and he was saying that his life is bread. You have to have the Spirit of God to live and be constantly refreshed. You can't stay away and be refreshed. You get weak when you don't come to the table of the Lord. You get weak and you start hanging out with the devil's crowd. And the devil will talk you into a whole lot of things. Oh, yes, he will. Today we have people talking about staying with black power. We have people talking on TV about staying with white power. Somebody talking about staying with the Democrats. Some talking about staying with the Republicans. But I want to tell you, above all, you better stay with Jesus. Because after a while, black power will fail. White power will fail. Democratic power will fail. Republican power will fail. But I know a power. I know a power. I know it to be so. It's the same power that made a jackass talk in the mouth. It's the same power that moved dry bones down in the valley. And the bones began to get up because God said so. Go down in the valley and talk to the bones. He said, why should I go down there? They're already dead. He said, do what I tell you. Do what I tell you. Don't you know when you called me the other night, Kristen, you said, well, you're going up to Harbor. And I was thinking right then, she said, well, I don't have very many people going. Right away, something ding hit my soul. My spirit leaped. I thought, man, they're going to have a good time. It's when you need God. That's when he shows up. When you can do it by yourself, you don't need it. But when you need him, he's always right there. I wish I had some help. Same power that fixed a gulf between a poor man Lazarus and a rich man David. Right there at his gate, the man who was rich had everything. He had a security system. And there he was saying that I'm going to tear down all my barns and build bigger barns. And then this poor man outside the gate, all he wanted was something to eat, some bread. And all of a sudden, he looked and he was begging for bread. And the man wanted him away from his gate. And he sent his well-trained security dogs on the poor man. And the dogs ran out there to tear his flesh off. But even the dogs were touched. Oh my God. God can touch the dog. Oh yes, he can. The dog came down to the poor man. And they felt sorry for him. Said, this man is down here at the gate begging for bread, and we dogs and we eating good meat. We eating good meat. They refused to bite the man. And the man that was rich got mad at the dog. Then the man died. But he said angels picked him up and carried him on to glory. Then all of a sudden, the rich man, he had to face the same fate. Come on. Then all of a sudden, he looked over. He saw the poor man. And there he was being coddled in the arm of holy being. And all of a sudden, he said, well, I want to get over that. He said, no, there's a gulf fixed between him and you. You can't get over that. You blew your chance. You blew it. You blew your chance. So you can't do it. You can't do it. I remember our former pastor, Pastor Sable, saying, everybody going to heaven. He said, but everybody ain't getting in. And it's so. Be invited to the party. You show up in it, and he said, depart from me. I never knew you. Your heart ain't right. It's the same power that led Israel for 40 years with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. What I like about it, that power is free. All you got to do to get this power is just believe that God is a way maker. I heard the master when he said, he that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. It's free, I tell you. If the salvation had not been free, the slaves would not have been able to get to it. For they did not have any money to buy salvation with. But they heard the story about Jesus. And they found out that it was free. You don't ever have to take a a written test not to get this power. You see, if you had to take a test, grandma would have failed the test because grandma didn't go very far in school. It's free, I tell you. The Bible says, whosoever will, let him come. Our test admonishes us. Stay with Jesus when others are walking away. At the time of our text, the Passover feast was about to begin. Jesus was looking backward and forward. But Jesus decided not to go because his time of departure had not come. His hour had not come. He remained in Judah and he did many things. I want to tell you, church, that there are a lot of theories going around. You'll find them on the internet. You'll find them in magazines and books. There's a lot of theories going around about who this came from and where that one came from and who got started first. And there's an argument going on between Christians and Muslims and all kinds of other organizations, I want to tell you. But when I read the Bible, it says in the book of Genesis, it said that God had a Garden of Eden. And there were 3 rivers that ran in the garden. And 2 of them, as I looked it up, are on the continent of Africa. I don't care what else I read about it. I know that life started there. But I need to find out where I'm going when my life is over. I'm not interested in where life began. I'm interested in where I'm going when it's all over. I want to go to the place where the sweet by and by is. I want to go to a place where I heard my daddy say, Jesus is waiting on me there. I want to go to a place that he said his mother told him about. A place they call Canaan land. A place where there's milk and honey flowing over there. There's a river over there. There's a fountain over there. There's love over there. I want to go to that land. Don't you want to go to that land? I've got joy laid up for me over there. Don't you want to go? I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. I don't care where we came from, but I want to go. Don't block my progress. I'm on my way. I heard the old choir sing. Don't you want to go to that land? Don't you want to go to that land? Maybe stand. Go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Don't you want to go to that? Oh, don't you want to go to that land? Don't you want to go to that Put your hands together and let's praise God. Amen. Amen. There's some of you that feel sometimes a tug that you cannot explain. Sometimes you'll come to church and you'll feel a tug. You see, you'll feel a tug that you can't explain. And you'll wonder why this is coming on you. And sometimes you'll try to run away from it. You'll try to drink it away. You'll try to, do different things to make it go away. But God has a plan for you. And you got to understand, God has a plan for you. You can't talk about, well, I'm a woman. He ain't got no. Yes, he does. Because see, gender don't excite God. It might excite male or female, but gender don't excite God. Because he said, once my spirit goes in you, spirit is neither one or the other. See, the gospel of God, the gospel has power. That power goes on the inside of you. Yes, indeed. So therefore, you got to understand, God is working on you. He ain't just working on me. He's working on you. He's working on you. I need just look at somebody and ask them that question. Is God working on you? Is God working on you? Is he working? Is he working? Is he working? Made me real uncomfortable in one point in my life when I was trying to be, king of the crowd, the party crowd. They didn't hold no official vote, but I was always in the running. And I'd come to church and I'd feel that tug. It's just a little slight tug. It would make me uncomfortable. Because I wasn't ready for what God was ready for. And I would always try to move away from it. I'd move away from it. Come sit in the back of the church. Sitting back there. Made my phone call. Had somebody waiting. All I needed was the keys to the car. I told my daddy, keys. He was up here preaching. And then after a while, him and Brother Neil, Sister Neil, my mom, they was anointing people right here. And I stood up in the back. I was like, keys, keys.
Yes, sir.
And he held his finger up like, wait a minute, just wait. And he'd pray over people and anoint them and pray. And Sister